They said getting started was the hardest part, but no one told you how hard it is to scale a custom service business. It's time for your team to step up, but your clients want you. Discover how to scale to 7 figures and beyond by freeing up time and getting your team to run whole parts of the company so you can focus on scaling profits. This is the Hands-Off CEO with Mandy Ellefson.
One of the challenges I see happen a lot is, how do I get my sales team performing better? How do I get them to be able to sell our service for what it's really worth when they're really struggling at it? And this might even apply to you if you're the main sales person on your team. And how this applies to is it will help you be able to get better results for yourself, but also be able to be prepared for when it's time to have a sales team in place. So I'm going to give you a story about one of the challenges that I've seen happen with sales teams is that the owner says, you know what, this service is worth $30,000. That's what it's valued at. I'm looking around the industry, and that's what I know it's valued at that based on where the industry is. And the salesperson is talking with the prospective client, and they're getting pushback maybe at $20,000, and they're not feeling the real confidence to be able to sell it for $30,000. Now, the reason why that is because the salesperson is not actually bought in on the true value of the service. They don't have an experiential knowledge and understanding like the CEO has of the true value of it. So you need to help make that connection. And we have some tools that we use in order to help make those connections. And one of them is our client success map. And we start on a foundational level. And really what we're trying to do is make a connection between the marketing, the sales, and the operations. And when you can make those connections, then what happens is that you have the ability to make much bigger offers, make much bigger claims, and actually deliver on them, and be able to do it in a way that you as a CEO can be completely out of it if you want to be. So it's really powerful because it allows you to grow the company without you having to grow the number of hours you're working in the company. So back to this client success map, what this does is it looks at, I'll give you an example from one of our clients, Jamie, his company. They went from, we do affiliate marketing, and there's like 5 different niches that they could do affiliate marketing for. And some of their client results were over here, and some of them were over here. And they're kind of, by the way, this is all on a podcast interview that you can listen to him. So I'm not sharing any information he hasn't shared publicly. But what they were finding is that they were kind of averaging out these results. And this doesn't give confidence to the sales team to be able to sell their service for what it's really worth if they're not certain that the client is going to be able to get that big of value. So what we did is we looked at what kind of results can you create under the most ideal circumstances, and what do they need to have in place, and what looks like, what does your very best work look like, and then how do we make that so that's every single time. So what this looks like is the new promise is we guarantee to add $10 million of extra new business in 3 years, and there's like 4 different brands that 4 different verticals they can do it for, and at the size of their company, it makes sense for them to have more than one vertical. But that's been really powerful for the sales team because now they are ultra focused on these are the niches that we are going after. These are the variables that they need to have in place for us to offer this guarantee, and for them to confidently say we're going to be able to add $10 million to your company in 3 years. And what that has done is it has allowed them to be going after these big Fortune 500 brands and attract them in with a really good, compelling offer, and have these companies be really excited to talk with them about it. And which looks very different than we do affiliate marketing, and there's some different challenges in the industry there, and now they've just completely flipped it, and is allowing them to become the market leader, and completely step out of having to compete with agencies because they're no longer an agency, really. They're a growth partner for these type of brands. So what it's doing is teeing up their sales team to have the confidence and understanding to actually close these sales and to close them for a much higher ticket. And we're going to be able to generate a significant increase in profits from this new pricing strategy that we're actually rolling out. And I'll have to do another video on that as we roll it out. But so we started with this promise and who it can be for, and now the sales team is very focused on who they need to be reaching out to. Now, the other thing is they need to be able to communicate to their prospective client in a way that they really get it, that they really understand that, like, they're like, well, how do you do that? That's the first thing they're going to, well, how do you do that? Was like, well, that's a great question. Now we have this client success map, the sales tool that shows them these are the different phases that we will bring your business through to get you to the point where we've added $10 million to your company over 3 years. So this is what it's going to look like in the first 3 months, and the next 3 months, and this is what we will have accomplished in year 1 and year 2 and year 3, and all the way through. They know what they can expect from you, and they're like, okay, I see how this works. Now, if you're willing to offer a guarantee right off the bat, it's going to make it so much easier to close sales. Now, you don't want to use this to force sales, but you can use this as a way to attract in ideal prospects who are willing to pay more. And many people think that it actually decreases the quality of these clients, but actually we've found it to be the opposite. And when you have that level of certainty, it actually brings in really excellent level quality clients and some of the very best clients. And that's what we've experienced in our company, because we offer a number of guarantees, including a 5x ROI guarantee and 100% happiness guarantee. But we've seen this with our clients too, where it really can drive up conversion rates, and it doesn't have to be high risk either. So anyway, if this sounds interesting to you, and if you're listening to this and saying, wow, I'd love to know how I can increase our sales conversions, either for yourself as the main salesperson or for your sales team, we have an agency 4X fee guarantee workshop where we actually lay out the whole process for how to do this. This is private IP that we have not shared. Up until this point, we have not shared this in such a way, with the exception of our long-term VIP clients. So I would love to share this with you. So if you are interested in this, go to handsoffceo.com/agency, and it will take you to the page where you can take a look at what we're going to cover in the workshop. And if you would see if you'd like to enroll, I'd love to work with you on this. It has 100% happiness guarantee on it, of course. It's a guarantee workshop at better, right? So, one person that was just at this last month, so just a few weeks ago, they increased their fees 30%, like the next day from going at the workshop. People their prospective clients started saying yes so quickly. They're like, people are saying yes too fast, so they increased them 70%. And what the end result for the company is, it looks at like about 3x profit, 3 times profit increase in their business, which is so exciting. And this was just from showing up at the workshop and being willing to take like this big bold actions to really step up and be the leader in his industry. So that's possible for you too. And I would love to have you on the workshop and work with you personally. So this is a really small workshop where we get to interact in a small group setting so that you can get direct coaching from me and from my growth team. So, all right, Mandy Ellefson from Hands Off CEO signing off. If you're interested in the workshop, go to handsoffceo.com/agency. And I can't wait to see you on the workshop. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Hands Off CEO with Mandy Ellefson. If you want to work less and make more, make sure you subscribe and get a new episode every week, and help spread the word by leaving a review.